Hello everyone. So, from the last poll that I posted up on YouTube, it looks like everyone wants a video on a solo of the bosses and mini-bosses in the dungeon section of an average campaign. And I delivered. Today's video will be going over the run, some strategies, the boon and build that I had when going into this, and just some general notes on how to accomplish this yourself if you want. This can be done, of course, solo or with a party, doesn't matter. And the reason why I wanted to do this challenge was also to get an achievement, the boss rush dungeon, which requires you to kill four of the dungeon bosses and mini bosses, which are going to be the baby, Dante, Mr. Bones, and of course the Bone Drake. Now before we begin, let's quickly go over the build, as in the class and boons. You can probably see my actual character build, like armor and charms, in the video. Here we go. I used, oh not mage, I used a maxed out, there we go, warrior for this achievement. Going on to get the subclass Rampager, and the boons that I used were Thick Hide, Fortitude, and Perseverance. And the reason why I picked these boons was to be more defensively directed towards the baby, as Dante and Mr. Bones aren't too much of an issue. There are a lot of damage over time effects, like burn, poison, doom for instance, in the baby fight, and he gets you to half HP pretty quickly. So that's the reason to pick Fortitude, to reduce these status effect damages, and Perseverance, to gain some more damage reduction when you're, below that 50 HP percent mark. And Thick Hide is just a general boon that I selected because, oh man, I'm lagging a bit. Don't mind that, hopefully. Because a lot of the creatures or enemies deal physical damage most of the time. You're going to be met with more physical damage rather than magical damage. And with that out the way, let's get into the run, and I'll discuss some strategies as the video is playing. Alright, I'll see you then. A short disclaimer. This challenge took me over 50 runs just to get it right once. It's a lot of RNG with the encounters, to get your health pots and whatnot, and to encounter the bosses in the right order. For instance, it's better to encounter the bone, or have the boss fights starting with Mr. Bones, Dante, and then the baby. But sometimes they're flipped around because of RNG, which makes it way more difficult since you aren't really prepared to fight some of the bosses early on once you enter the dungeon. So keep that in mind. And best of luck to all who, try to do this challenge. It was hard for me. Hopefully it won't be hard for you after this video. If you want to review the notes that I put in this video, and strategies and such, you can look at the description as I will post it there, in a more listed format, which makes it easier to understand and simplify things. So, let's talk about the forest before we talk about the dungeon. Our foundation. In the forest, as a warrior, you want to get the Rampager Class and the Crude Club from the Goblin Village. All the stats that you gain from leveling up from this forest, this section of the forest, you want to just put it all into strength as to up your damage early. Also, don't forget to try to grab early heals from the mystical river, which if you select the scoop option, you get the vial of magical water, or interacting with the wizard. Whether you defeat him or accept his magical items, he could possibly give you that healing item. And it's just good to do the fight, as it gives you EXP and a randomized item, which you can either use or sell, depending on you. Also, try to get a bunch of iron armor or armor in general that helps up your con and strength. And another good alternative for your chest piece, since 4 metal scrap is a lot, would be going out of your way and fighting the assassin to grab the black chest piece from him. That should be really it for the forest. Not too much, but some charms you could grab would be the prayer beads from the Elementalist or the monk, or the Giant's Finger, which actually you would probably be guaranteed to get his soul because he is the final boss of that section. And, you know, make it into the Giant Finger's necklace and use that as a charm since good con and good strength. Moving on to the dungeon section, we have the stat spread changing from all strength to all con. As HP matters, it is the most important thing in this challenge. Going into every fight with less than 100 or 120 HP is just asking for a hard time. So therefore, our armor and charms need to be based around getting a lot of con. And of course, trying to get a lot of health potions as well. First, let's talk about the armor. Full dragon chip is what you want to aim for, and possibly the plated chest piece, which can be gained from getting the soul of the knight captain in the knight's caravan encounter. The charms would be the beast heart from the beast trainer, Mark of the Empire from the Zealot trainer, the chaos emblem from the baby, Mr. Bones' spine from Mr. Bones. A thing to note is that I do use the previous charms from the forest, which would be the Giant's Finger and the Prairie Beast, and I just replace them over time with the spine and chaos emblem. And for health potions, which are very important, once again, you would either get them from the special secret shop, or secret eye shop, which you can tell with all the little eyes and tendrils sticking out. That sells you health potions directly. Or going to the butcher shop, which can provide you with glass vials and vampire vials of blood, which are the two ingredients needed to make the health potions. And also, in this butcher shop, it gives you a chance to get dragon chips too, for that imported armor I was talking about earlier. And other strats you want to know about would be, 1, using the scavenge option in the dungeon, and selecting the second or middle option from there, as it gives you the chance for a mysterious key, which can open Mr. Bones' prison. Normally you would go about his encounter like this. Grab ectoplasm in one of your fights after an encounter, or the 3 little choices, and then talking to the strange ghost in an encounter, getting the mysterious key from there, and then going to the prison to open it. But RNG can screw you over sometimes here, so you can default to scavenging and picking the second option if you aren't too lucky in getting the ectoplasm. And a tip for the Dante fight is that you'd want to block before he gets to 5 out of 6 energy, since he'll use his Inferno trigger, which is just a huge multi-attack that just spams a lot of hits at you and chips your HP by a ton. So it's best to just block that so you can avoid needing to use up more health pots and whatnot. Let's see. Oh, a good strategy to know is how to heal stall with the Goblin fan and when to use your heals. I think knowing when to use your heals is self-explanatory, but let's go to the more specific side. If you're less than half HP, use the heal just to be safe. And well, when going up against the big bosses, yeah, use the heals when you're half HP, or when you want to just stall for time for the cooldown of a certain move, which is the overpowered slash. More about that later. Now let's go into the heal stall section real quick with your Goblin fan. You can heal stall with enemies like the skeleton or the ghost, as their attacks to you won't do as much. So how you would go about this is you summon, block, heal, and then continue blocking till the cooldown of your heal ticks all the way down so you can heal again, or your summon dies, and you just finish off the fight from there. Now, going over to the most important move of the Rampager class, the overpowered slash, which stuns your enemy on hit. And mind you, the enemies do have a good or at least decent chance of dodging, so missing this might spell the end for your run. So yeah. So when you use the overpowered slash, you have this one turn to either summon your Goblin fan as a meat shield or to heal yourself, use it to either heal or just that time to deal more damage, or using that time to just deal more damage. And when it's on cooldown, either heal spam by drinking a lot of potions to get the cooldown low, or continue chipping away at the boss's HP. Self-explanatory. Now, what I recommend for the amount of health pots for this run would be probably around 10 or so, because that's how much I used during this run, I believe. And yeah, that should be it. I hope this helps. If you have any questions, go to the comments. I will be there, and I got you. Oh, also a side note, the rogue can actually pick the lock of the prisoner's door, so if that gives you any ideas, you know, go ahead.